Yes, this is a direct uploader. This is a direct upload. From being bored, and out of that boredom, the idea comes of making a video. Because it's fun to make videos. So I'm making a video because I'm bored. Yes, I'm making a bored video. Here's the back of my head. It's 1:05 p.m. Wednesday, I think it's the 27th now of June 2012. Let me check it on my cell phone. Yes, it's the 27th. This is a Razor from late 2007. I've had this picture of this reel-to-reel since when I first got it. Yeah, you just saw it turn 107 on the phone. My beta clock still say 106. No, that one says 107 now. That one still says 106. It eventually will say 107. Oh, of course, if anyone's even watching this video, wow. Because this video is a waste, boring, etc., etc., etc. This video is no good. It's just a direct upload of me doing nothing important. Nothing of any worth of watching. It's one of those kind of things where if someone did watch it, they would say, I want that many minutes and that many seconds of my life back, like some people say. So, here's a screwdriver. And if that's not boring enough for you to watch, here's some Scotch tape. You'll notice I'm looking this way, but I'm showing it like it's nothing. Oh, that looks so dumb, doesn't it? Well, it's because the monitor is facing this way, and I'm seeing this screen as I do this. Or I could do this and use the little camera screen right there, too, which I see right there, next to the lens. Do you want to see what camera I shoot most of my YouTube videos with nowadays? It's this one right here. This JVC. Oh yeah, and for those wondering, the model is a model GR-D850U. I'm using my Sony Handycam right now. If you see a lot of my older videos from 2008 to 2009, a lot of those were shot with this Sony Handycam camera. Back whenever the tape transport on it worked properly and was able to record and play. But nowadays, ever since the video shot in November 2009 of me punching a punching bag and showing my annoyance with this camera, it was that day whenever the camera finally, for good, quit working right on recording and playing on the little tapes. So it's from that point on, it's impossible for it to work right on that way, it seems. It just won't work. I have it hooked up through FireWire right now on the computer, and the camera part still works great, and the quality of this camera is far superior to the JVC. For instance, if I put the JVC in front of a TV screen, there'll be those annoying black line things and stuff on the screen. But I put this camera in front of a TV screen, it has none of those black lines. And also this one has better, just the way the lighting is, it's more sensitive with light. The colors are better on this camera. And it has more features too. You may also, there's old videos I did in 2009, and maybe some in 2008, where it shows footage directly off of VHS or beta. And you might think, oh, I had a capture card. No, I didn't. Because this camera has audio and video inputs / outputs. So what I was able to do was, when this tape transport recorded and played properly, I was able to plug in from the VCR and record it on this camera's tape. And then play it from this camera's tape through the FireWire into the computer. And whenever it's in camera mode and I have FireWire, the input/outputs are in output mode, so I cannot put an input in and then straight to the FireWire. I would have to record it on the tape in the camera and then play it back into the computer. So that's why I had to resort back to showing camera in front of a screen again if I show something from VHS or Beta. Or, of course, if I did it from U-matic as well. I do have a U-matic machine. So of course, yeah, my last upload I did was off Betamax through the direct uploader and this camera. So, yeah. So this camera I can't use for making tape videos anymore. Now my really old videos, my old 2007 videos, with the not so good frames per second, mono and not so good sounding audio, you know, not so good in the way of frequency response, those really old videos, including the super old videos that were uploaded of videos I did in 2003 and 2004, which were very poor quality. Those 2007 and those really old 2003 and 4 videos were all shot. If I can undo these freaking tangled freaking cords with this camera, which still works. The original battery's still good and holds a charge. It's a Sony DSC-S75, and the reason why the old 2003 and 4 videos with this camera were typically of much lower quality than the ones done in 2007 is, and also every now and then in a more recent time I'll use this camera for a video. The reason why is because I had it on the lower setting, the lower quality setting in 2003 and 4, because I wasn't as familiar with all the quality settings and all that then, so I had it on the lowest quality setting, which was a very dumb thing to do, because it resulted in probably the only video of me doing stuff back then, or a lot of the only video of back then was of such horrendous quality, full of pixels everywhere, crazy pixels. I mean, yeah, but it's this camera, which was bought in late 2002. I think it was originally bought by my dad for Mother's Day, or my mother's birthday, or something like that. Of course, it's in my possession now because my mom has since got a Canon higher-end camera which can even shoot HD and stuff like that. So I use this camera a lot, and I even used it some back then too, and it still works great. The only thing that doesn't work on it nowadays is the digital output, because it was unplugged without doing safely remove hardware, and you know how that is with freaking static sensitive stuff. But everything else on it works great. All the way from, it's about 10 years old, and it still works, and this is one of the better of the older digital cameras in the way, like the quality of pictures it can take. It can do some pretty good resolution pictures, and it has a Carl Zeiss lens, you know, so it's pretty nice. And you can actually turn macro on and off during recording, which many modern cameras these days you cannot turn macro on and off during recording, which I think is asinine, which is just ridiculous. And then speaking of annoyances, just some things with the YouTube direct uploader. I have one thing. I do have a praise for YouTube in a certain regard. That prepare for preview thing that was there, which used to not be there, and then they added it there. Remember that, any guys who do direct uploads? That prepare for preview thing, which on some computers or internet connections it would do fast, but on a lot of times, at least on my computer, it would take forever to do that prepare for preview, which was ridiculous. I hardly ever previewed my videos. Anytime I did preview my videos, I'd only preview a little bit in, and then it would only put that much on the actual video, which made me angry. But anyway, they finally took that prepare for preview off. Thank goodness. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I can put the direct uploaded video on YouTube like that almost. Really quick. It doesn't prepare for preview, just a little loading wheel for a few seconds, and then boom, it's on there. And before I had to wait forever for it to prepare for preview, so that It's great. They actually did something good for once in a while. Oh, and plus my account was semi-recently done so I can do longer than 15 minutes, which made me super happy because I hated having to try to get videos into that time limit, or having to have a video that was part 1, part 2, and in some cases part 3. And what's really annoying is whenever you have a part 1 and a part 2, and the part 1's like long and the part 2's only like a couple minutes longer, but you couldn't put it on the part 1. Something like that. Finally, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So now my longest video so far is over an hour long. It's the unboxing 2 video of nice recorders I got from Amberola 1B. I didn't have to try to edit that down to less than 15 minutes, as I otherwise would have. So YouTube is improving in some regards, but in others, they're doing the opposite of improving. Of course, one thing they need to do on the direct uploader, which YouTube's never going to watch this video anyway and take my advice, so this is a waste of time. But if they did possibly take my advice, or somehow my advice got to them, 2 things they need to do with the YouTube direct upload. Well, they need to improve some things, one thing, so it doesn't freeze up video. That could just be the internet connection, though. But they need to do 2 things. They need to put a pause feature on the direct uploader. Instead of just having start recording and then stop recording, they should also have a pause. So if someone's making a video, shooting something, they want to pause it, aim the camera somewhere else, or have time to think, or set something up or something, then they could pause it and restart it. That's common sense right there for anyone who does videos. A pause feature is always nice. Now, of course, I could go on to Windows Movie Maker, blah, 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 but sometimes I'm kind of lazy. I just want to do an easily done video on a direct uploader, and it would be nice if on the direct uploader they could install a pause feature. They haven't done that yet. It would be a great idea to do so. So I think they should install a pause feature. Another feature they should add is a selection between the aspect ratios 4:3 and 16:9, or in layman's terms, standard approximately square screen and wide screen. Because here it is. Now, many webcams are not widescreen, so I can see the logic there where they make it chop off the top and bottom videos and make it look wide, so you get a widescreen effect with the direct uploader. Some people might like that if their cameras are only the aspect ratio of 4:3. But it's also annoying because I can't switch it to 4:3. Let me tell you a little story. Back when the aspect ratio was 4:3 only on the direct uploader, but they had widescreen on the regular videos, what I was able to do was set my camcorder to widescreen mode, and it would have the compressed, slim-looking video, which I didn't like the look of that because it distorted the image, but it would have the compressed-looking video on the 4:3 uploader. And then, after it was uploaded, or as I put in my information, I would put on the tags YT:/stretch equals 16:9. And then, when I would do that, it would correct it, and it would make it a widescreen video, except you wouldn't have any of the annoyances of the top and bottom parts of the camcorder video being cut off. So if they could add a feature where you could select between 4:3 or widescreen, then if someone had a widescreen camera but wanted to do a direct upload, they could switch their thing to 4:3, but the camcorder to widescreen, and then they could later add YouTube stretch equals 16:9. But I can't do that anymore because ever since, I think it was sometime in 2010 or something, they switched or maybe 2011 or something, they switched the direct uploader to their widescreen where it chopped the top and bottom of the video off. That has annoyed me because at first I tried doing the same thing I did before with the widescreen setting on the camcorder, and then I was forced to have compressed video, and not only that, but I could not correct it. Widescreen YouTube stretch equals 16:9 didn't do anything because it was already widescreen, yet with compressed video, so I was stuck with a video with compressed video that I was unable to correct, which was ridiculous. And not only that, the chopping top and bottom, if I'm trying to show a TV screen, which is not widescreen, I can't show it right on the camcorder screen. I have to actually show some of the sides of the TV in order to get the full image onto the direct uploader. So that too I find quite annoying. Now this has gone by the 1530 mark, which I find amazing. So I guess they improved the direct uploader in video length that's available to be done. Because on my cassette 26 account, which was earlier on enabled to do videos longer than 15 minutes, but while my cassette master still was restricted to 15 minutes, I tried doing direct uploads. This was in August 2011. I tried doing direct upload of me trying to fix a wire recorder on my cassette 26 account, and lo and behold, even though I could do videos longer than 15 minutes on that account, its direct uploader was still restricted to 15 minutes, and it would stop at 14:59. So I see one more improvement they did with the direct upload is they took that stop at 14:59 thing and they made it so they could go beyond that, and now it's at 16:35 on the direct uploader. So that's 3 improvement. Wait, no, not 3. 2 improvements they did. Taking out the prepare for preview and the extending the timing of the actual direct uploader. But 2 improvements they haven't done and they really need to do is put a pause feature on the direct uploader, and they need to they need to put a selection. You could have a little thing on the screen when you go to the direct upload. You could have, before it goes to the direct upload screen, you could have 2 little icons. You click on, which do you want, 4:3 or 16:9? And when you have 4:3 and you have a 4:3 camera, it won't chop the top and bottom of the screen. It will get the whole picture on there. Then of course you could then set your camera to widescreen mode, and then you could do YouTube stretch equals 16:9, and it would fix the thing and get even more of the widescreen image because your top and bottom wouldn't be cut off. See? But whenever they constrict it to the 16:9, in which they chop the top and bottom off 4:3 image, and if you feed a 16:9 image into their 16:9 widescreen direct uploader, what it does is it forces you to have compressed video. Maybe I can try to give an example. Let me go to menu. I can't really go to menu. I don't exactly know why. I don't know if it's because of the FireWire or what. I have to have the screen facing the other way, that's why. So if I go here, now it's set to widescreen mode, and as you'll see, the video is slim. It's in slim mode. As you'll see, my face looks extra compressed. If I try to show something, you'll notice the distortion in the image. You'll see the aspect ratio is greatly messed up. And back whenever YouTube had a 4:3 setting on, or it was actually only 4:3 then, on they never had it selectable. It was back when it was 4:3 on the direct uploader. I remember doing it in 2010 and it being that way, or something like that. I could feed a feed a widescreen video like this into the direct uploader, and then you could later do the YouTube stretch equals 16:9, and it would make it normal. But I can't do that anymore. Now you'll see when I have the camera set to widescreen mode, you'll still see that the entire picture, the entire widescreen of the viewer on the YouTube window is taken. But at the same time, you'll see that my image is compressed. And, lo and behold, the top and bottom of the screen is still cut off. My end of my finger was supposed to be visible, and it's cut off. So, you'll see that there, which is a very big no-no in the world of YouTube. Let's set this back to 4:3. There we go. No more distortion in the image, but then again, as you have it cut, the top and bottom of the screen cut right off. So that's my little talking on boring of the direct upload videos of me doing nothing great, then showing the old cameras, and then giving a little talk on things that YouTube should do to improve their video service. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, I like it when people comment, so if you willing, please leave a comment, would be nice. I always like to hear what people have to say about the videos, and especially in tape recorder presentations, I like to hear what people have to say about different recorders. You know, what they think about the quality, the appearance, the design, the bias, you know. So, anyway, if this video even makes it in full length, at least 21:40 mark right now, I'd be kind of happy. Actually, I mean, I'd be very happy, but I'd be kind of surprised. Sometimes, at least in the past, it would cut off and it would only put certain, like, 4 minutes or something less, you know, a video on a video that's supposed to be like 10 minutes long or something like that, you know? But anyway, giving a little talk on YouTube's deals. Oh, and YouTube, the new account look that you did on, what, March the 7th, 2012, I hate it. It's terrible. The new account layout, the new channel layout of YouTube. Seems most of the time the hype starts right whenever they do it, and everyone's making videos about them hating it, or in some cases of them liking it or not minding it. And then after that, the hype goes down. Not any more people say anything, and they get used to it. And I am used to the favorites thing now, pretty much. But I have to still say one thing. The YouTube account layout is still terrible. It is still bad. The gray, and you can't change the color, and the background picture being almost completely covered up, when before in the other layout you could set your transparency and you can get a better quite good glimpse of the background picture in the past layout, and you could play videos right in the channel and stuff like that. Now the background picture is almost completely covered up, and you can't change the transparency, you can't make it more visible, and the new layout just looks a lot more plain, less exciting. All the descriptions, you have to click more instead of showing it more at once or whatever, and it seems like they took something off or something. They just made it look very dull and disappointing and not great. So I don't know why they had to do that, unless they're trying to compete with Facebook or some other big old site out there, trying to make it look like some other site, so they'll be like, oh, this is just like that, I want to join this, or I don't know, something to do with competition and money or whatever. But Looks terrible. Please improve the layout. Don't make it worse. So if YouTube could give a choice on which layout to use for people that have more customization, and by choice I don't mean the videos over here broadcaster style or this style or whatever style that you select on the new layout. I mean the new layout or the older layout or even the oldest layout, like actual full different layouts that YouTube has done throughout time. If YouTube could add on a thing so you could select which channel layout you want to choose. But no. No. And it's ridiculous. It is really, really ridiculous. Because it looks terrible. It's very, very disappointing. Yeah, I still do YouTube, of course. But please make it better. Don't make it worse. With, you know, the channel layouts and whatnot. So anyway, I guess I'll stop the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.